Family abolition is the recognition that no human being should ever own or entirely dominate another person, even children. No individual should have.
Family abolition is the recognition that no one should own or dominate another person, including children.
Family abolition is a belief that no child should be trapped by cruel parents. No woman should be afraid of poverty or isolation and leaving her violent husband. No aging, disabled, or sick person should be afraid of having to depend on an indifferent and uncaring family member, even children. No individual should have.
Let's talk about this. Family abolition, hang on, listen again. Family abolition is the recognition that no one should own or dominate another person, including children. Okay. One of the reasons they want to abolish the nuclear family is because, remember, we said that the left defines capitalism as private property ownership. We said that the left is against marriage, all marriage, because they believe that marriage is a form of propertied relations. One of the things that the left believes is that parental rights over your children are a form of private property ownership. So when the left is talking about abolishing capitalism, which means abolishing private property ownership, they don't just mean your house, your land, your business, things like that. They also mean your parental rights over your children. Because the left believes that parental rights are basically a form of slavery. When the left is talking about whiteness, they're not talking about skin color. They were talking about the ownership of people as private property, and the owners or the bosses were the people who didn't have to work in the sun, white. The owned or the slaves, the proletariat, were black because they had to work in the sun. And that black people can achieve whiteness under this system when they become a boss or an owner. So that's the ownership of people as private property. That is the basis of systemic racism, which is what they're referring to when they say whiteness or white supremacy or things like that. The left also believes that parental rights are a form of ownership of human beings in the form of children. So they believe that parental rights means that parents literally own their children just like slave owners used to own slaves. And there is an entire child abolition movement on the left that is designed with the explicit purpose of liberating children from the adult supremacy of their parents. And it is not to sexualize them. It is not. They say this explicitly. So don't bring any conservative bullshit talking points into the discussion. That's not what it's for. They believe that children should be under the caretakership of the collective. Children should have multiple sets of parents, that everyone should be responsible for caring for the children. And this is the basis of why they want to abolish parental rights. Every attack you see on parental rights comes from this idea. Does everyone understand? Let's listen again.
Should be afraid of having to depend on an indifferent and uncaring family member, even children. No individual should have the means to coerce intimacy or labor from another as current property relations enable. Family abolition is the destruction of private households as systems of accumulating power and property at the cost of others' well-being.